Hello everybody. So today we are going to try to implement a much requested feature. Pretty important to games like these. We need to be able to delete, remove buildings and placements that we place down. So buildings are all of our buildings here. Don't have many at the moment, and placements are we're going to have farms and then also an area where you can plant trees. If we put down a logging flag, and then we can also drag an area and select that area to plant a tree, and then the villagers will go about and start planting. But once we place these down, we'd like to be able to right click on them and have the option to destroy them, so we can start from scratch. So that's what we're going to be working on. Before we get into it, a couple of new cool features. We can also, before we were able to open up our little villager screen here and to access some information about them, we could scroll through, but now when you scroll through, you'll see that it highlights the new one, and then we're over here, and so now we can also cycle through all of our villagers and change the locations and have the camera fix on them when we need them to do it. There is something else as well that I've done, but I can't remember. So the plan for this is, the first thing we're going to do is map a new instruction to right mouse button so that when you click it, it will do something. The next step is I'd like to bring up a button when you do right click that says something like, are you sure you want to destroy this building? And at that point we're going to freeze the camera and prevent the player from clicking anywhere in the game. And then when you click yes, the building's destroyed. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to not try and drag this out. I'm going to try and just skip through the steps. This isn't really a tutorial video, although of course if anybody would like some more information about any part of it, then feel free to ask. Alright, let's get started. Okay, and we have in here we have various bits of logic, and so we're only going to be able to have any control over anything we do if the camera is enabled. This is where the camera follows a character. This is scrolling. You can use WASD to scroll around. You can also use the mouse at the edges to scroll around. This is, yep, still scrolling. Here we have rotation of the camera, if you want to rotate it around, and then we have zoom. So these are the parts that we want to enable and disable. This part here is just if you move the camera across the landscape, then the camera will automatically adjust to the up, down, the Z value, so we want to leave that intact in place so that when we click it, it will still, the camera will just rise up to its natural position and stop. So yeah, that's that done. Next, I think we want two functions in here. We want to expose both of them because they're mainly going to be implemented only on the blueprint side, not in code. So the first one is going to be what should we call it? Select building to destroy, and then so this one will be bringing up a button, are you sure button, and then the next one will be actually confirming that it gets deleted. So let's say confirm destroy building. Okay, let's go to the main class. So this is our on right click. When we do things on right click, you can see that if you have a building that you're moving around, you're wanting to place, and then you right click, then it will remove that. Same with placements, some other things, paths as well, but in this case we want to do a line trace. Okay, so this is done. This is the trace channel that detects all of our interactable objects in the game. And then we just check if it's a building. I can't remember what class the placements are, but we'll come back to that later. So we will disable the camera. We're going to set input mode to UI only so that you can't interact with the game, only the UI. And then we are going to call this blueprint blueprint implementable event, which will bring up the button. I also remembered that confirm destroy should be blueprint callable because we want to implement it in code. So where is that? Okay, so this is what we do when we confirm that we want to destroy a building. This is the function that gets called. We're firstly going to do a bit of a cleanup. We have a little database where with all of the buildings that have been built. So we'll first remove it from that database. I'm thinking about maybe in the future we will restore some resources. Maybe if we have a certain perk unlocked, then you can get half of the resources back. We're going to play a destroy building sound. And I think also long term I would like to use Unreal's Chaos to destroy. So we'll have it kind of blow apart some nice visual effects. We'll think about that later. Let me know if anybody else always writes destroy like this. I don't know what goes on. Maybe it's dyslexia. To destroy building. So let's get into the engine and start implementing on that side. Okay, so I think the first thing I'd like to do is make a cool little shader that we can use to decorate the button a little bit. So we'll call this the destroy building button. And we are going to use, first we need to set it to user interface. I think we probably could do with some translucency, or at least mask we can use in there. So that we can blur the background. I'm going to copy some logic from my other shader because it's going to be very similar, that part. Yeah, this looks alright, this looks fine for the moment. So we're basically just using a sine wave for the alpha, and we're looping between the base texture, which is just this little panel, and then the base texture with a nice little red attached to it. I think I quite like the speed as well. We could make that quicker or slower, but we're going to leave that as it is. Okay, so next I think we... Ooh, yeah, the story again. Wonderful. We're going to make the button itself. That's how you spell it. Okay, so this is our layout. It just took me a while to reorganize that. We've got our question here. We've got our yes, no, which actually I should probably put some different colors in here to distinguish a bit better. Let's do that. Let's do a little bit of a red tint. Wait, that's the wrong one. Button, background color. This should be this one. Yes, that's right. So let's do a little bit of a red tint. Reddy, pinky, and then we'll do a little bit of a greeny. Green means keep things the same. No, red means change your life completely. Alright, so that's that sorted. We've got that in here. We need to map some functionality to the buttons, so let's do that. Bosh, no button, bosh, and if it's yes, then you want to. We'll get our controller. Get owning player. We'll cast that to our interface, where we can get a reference to the game controller, the player controller, and then destroy building. Oh, come on, Sean, you can do it. Confirm destroy building. There we go, and we have our reference already to the building here. Bam, bam. Do you know what we missed? What we didn't do? I wonder if we can do that here. I mean, the first thing we can do. Alright, so no, basically what we want to do is restore everything back to normal, right? So first thing we want to do is want to remove no, we'll do that last. Remove from parent. That will destroy the widget, the button, but we also want to make sure that we are setting the UI back, setting the input mode back to normal. Game and UI here. Was there anything else that we needed to do? I think no. I think that should be it. And so the only thing that's missing is to go into our player controller And from here we have our overridable event, which is destroy a building, select building to destroy, and then we want to bring up the widget. We do that by create widget. The class is destroy building button. This one, we'll add it to the viewport. Add to viewport. There are a few other things we should think about. For example, when you pause, we need to check whether this is in the viewport or not, because you want to pause over the top of this. Escape should cancel. Actually, should remove that from the viewport. Anyway, so let's see if that works. All right, so let's put down the building. Ho! Is it big enough for you? God damn, we need that to be way smaller. Okay, that looks a bit better. Yeah, happy with that. Let's have another go. Are you sure you want to destroy? Watch as everything just gets destroyed in the whole game. Alright, let's check this out. As you can see, here is the offending. I didn't give it a bloody reference to tell it what building it was trying to destroy. Alright, let's try this again. Sorry, sound issues. I also forgot to test the whether you can. Oh no, hang on. Bosh. Right, can we interact with anything? Can we scroll? No, we can't. Can we use this UI? We can. Alright, good. So we're going to click yes, and then everything is going to be magical. Woo! But it didn't. We've got to hide this. Alright, that's great. Although we didn't play the sound because we've got to add the sound. Let me do that. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. There are a few more changes we're going to make. So for example, we haven't built it yet, but we can still destroy it. You can see the text kind of comes over a little bit, so we need to wrap the text. And also, I actually thought it was kind of funny that I could just have an explosion sound. So yeah, we're going to add some like cool effects a bit later on. The other issue that we need to also solve is that because you're limited with the amount of totems that you can build in the game, they represent the center, I suppose, of your expanding range. You can have multiple as you'll expand across the whole island. You can place monuments around, but you do have a finite amount that expands as you level up, as you increase in the game. And the problem is that doesn't reset. So now we can't build a totem. Illegal. So I need to fix that. I need to make sure I reset the totem count every time we do that. But apart from that, I'm pretty happy with that. Looking good. Next patch, we can destroy some buildings. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it. Any other features, anything you'd like to see, any more of a focus on tutorials or anything else you'd like to see, please let me know. Otherwise, like, subscribe and all of that jazz. See you all later.